Welcome back to Look Movie Recaps. Today, we are going to recap a 2022 movie titled Savage Salvation. Please be advised that there will be spoilers ahead. In the opening scene, we are introduced to Shelby, a former drug addict who confronts a dealer, ultimately taking his life. Sheriff Mike, who is also grappling with his son's substance use, finds himself entangled in Shelby's story. Shelby's motivation stems from losing his fiancée, Ruby, to an overdose, setting off a path of vengeance against the town's drug trade. He had promised Ruby a better life, planning to replace her plastic ring with a diamond. Surprisingly, Ruby had expressed a desire to break free from drugs following Shelby's proposal, hoping for a clean life together. Mike, haunted by memories of his son, wrestled with guilt and the town's rampant drug problem, leading him to tell Shelby to leave town. However, Ruby struggled more than Shelby in staying clean, battling the physical and mental torment of withdrawal. Despite this, she found solace in Shelby's arms, whose co-worker warned him of the town's overdose epidemic, urging him to leave. Unlike him, she fought to stay sober, needing a gentle push to reclaim her old self. They both delved into the challenges of addiction, resilience, and the challenging journey to recovery. Amidst the trials and tribulations, it is the way we confront and endure these struggles that truly defines us. Ruby, determined to get money for drugs, expressed her desperation to Shelby. However, she also shared her aspiration to attend St. Baptist Church for recovery and sobriety. In an effort to make a fresh start and show his commitment to Ruby, he ventured into a pawn shop, aiming to purchase a diamond ring for her. He promised himself to return with the means to buy the ring. On his way out, he encountered Elvis, his former drug dealer, who tried to slip drugs into his pockets. Resolute in his determination to stay clean, he refused Elvis's offer, asserting his clear-headedness. Elvis, however, threatened to approach Ruby, prompting Shelby to offer him money to stay away from his fiancée. As weeks passed, they gradually found solace in each other's company, embarking on a journey of recovery together. Ruby even secured a job at a local thrift store, eager to contribute to their shared future. Meanwhile, Sheriff Mike crossed paths with Elvis, who suggested taking on additional side hustle jobs. Mike, aware of Elvis's dubious intentions, warned him to steer clear of trouble. The couple's relationship continued to strengthen, culminating in a visit to Ruby's sister to celebrate her son Connor's 9th birthday. During the celebrations, Ruby's sister unexpectedly revealed that Ruby and Shelby had become engaged and were preparing to tie the knot soon. This revelation stirred a mix of emotions within the family. However, Greta, Ruby's mother, met the news of their impending marriage with disapproval. Greta voiced her dissatisfaction over the lack of consultation about the proposal and insisted that Shelby pledge to protect her daughter at all costs. Despite initial resistance, Greta eventually came around to support their union. Adding to the occasion, Shelby's sister generously offered her wedding dress as a gift to Ruby, further cementing the sense of familial acceptance. Everything was falling into place for them as they basked in their happiness. In a significant step toward her own spiritual renewal, Ruby confided in Shelby that she had spoken to Pastor Paul about undergoing baptism again, signaling her commitment to a fresh start and a life free from the clutches of addiction. Reluctant to lose his clients, Elvis approached Shelby, threatening their newfound bliss. Despite Shelby's insistence to stay away, Elvis's deceitful tactics were exposed when he falsely accused Shelby of drug use to Ruby and left her with drugs, solely motivated by profit. Tragedy struck when Shelby discovered Ruby's lifeless body. She had succumbed to an overdose. Desperate to honor her wishes, Shelby brings her body to Pastor Paul for baptism, fulfilling her desire to cleanse herself in the river. Fueled by grief and a sense of righteous anger, Shelby resolves to seek justice for his beloved's untimely demise. Sheriff Mike, who shared a personal connection with both of them, understands the depth of Shelby's pain and his determination to avenge her death. Recognizing his unwavering determination to bring those responsible to justice, Mike prepares himself for the inevitable confrontation. The investigation leads Shelby to his own cousin, Elvis. Seeking answers, Shelby confronts Elvis's supplier, Darius, and learns of his whereabouts at a hotel in Columbus. Determined to confront the man responsible for his wife's demise, Shelby embarks on a relentless pursuit of justice. His quest leads him to a chaotic party at the hotel, where he confronts a man named Kenny in search of information about the trade. Through his inquiries, Shelby discovers a man named Skur is selling drugs from room 1507. As Shelby storms into the room, posing as Kenny, he confronts Skur and reveals to Darius that he's responsible for Elvis's demise, warning Darius of a similar fate if he doesn't comply with his demands. Despite Darius's initial attempts to placate the situation with a $10,000 offer, the threat of a gun forces him to reveal Coyote's whereabouts. Darius reveals that Coyote lives in a large house located in Quentin County. Sheriff Mike pursues Shelby as he exits the hotel room, arriving at the scene of the confrontation. Learning from Skur that Shelby has extracted Coyote's location, Mike realizes the gravity of the situation and races to Quentin County, determined to assist Shelby before his thirst for vengeance spirals out of control. Driven by a desire to avert another tragic loss, Mike recognizes echoes of his own son in Shelby's quest for justice. Upon reaching Coyote's stronghold, Shelby encounters a fortified compound and armed guards. Witnessing Coyote's brutality firsthand as he ruthlessly dispatches a man, Shelby realizes the magnitude of the challenge ahead. Cornering several guards, he employs grenades to create a diversion, allowing him to infiltrate the compound undetected. In the meantime, Mike swiftly moves towards Quentin County, fully cognizant of the necessity to stand by Shelby in the face of overwhelming challenges. As the gunfight erupts at the compound, Shelby finds himself face to face with Coyote. Despite facing overwhelming numbers and superior weaponry, Shelby remains resolute in his pursuit of justice. In a tense standoff, Shelby manages to gain the upper hand, overpowering Coyote and ending the reign of terror. As the dust settles and the echoes of gunfire fade, Sheriff Mike arrives, relieved to find him alive and victorious. Despite winning the battle, both men grapple with the scars of loss and the weight of their actions, reflecting on the sacrifices they made in the pursuit of justice. The confiscated phone belonging to Coyote reveals a startling discovery: the mastermind behind the entire drug operation sits atop the hierarchy. Mike pleads with Shelby to let go of his thirst for vengeance, imploring him to understand that killing Coyote or any other individual will not bring Ruby back. Promising to bring the true perpetrators to justice through lawful means, Mike seeks to steer him away from the path of further bloodshed. However, a sudden attack by one of Coyote's men interrupts their confrontation. Mike fatally shoots Coyote in the ensuing chaos, leaving the moment filled with bittersweet memories. Meanwhile, Shelby follows the trail of the clandestine organization responsible for orchestrating the drug trade. His investigation leads him to Peter, Ruby's brother-in-law, who was also a respected member of the church congregation. Peter, now devastated by Ruby's tragic passing, reveals that he had been assisting Ruby in her battle against addiction. A fierce confrontation erupts between Shelby and Peter, fueled by grief, anger, and a quest for retribution. In a harrowing climax, Shelby confronts Peter with the same syringe he had found beside Ruby's lifeless body. Shelby executes the ultimate act of justice by taking Peter's life. Shelby enters the river, haunted by time and his actions, seeking redemption and closure. He undergoes baptism, a symbolic gesture of cleansing and rebirth. Yet, the wounds of the past prove too deep to heal completely. In a heartbreaking yet strangely serene moment, he succumbs to his wounds, finally reuniting with his beloved in death. The waters of the river bear witness to the end of a tumultuous journey, leaving us with the haunting echoes of his journey, a cautionary tale of the destructive power of addiction, the complexities of grief, and the lengths one will go to in the name of love and justice. Thank you for watching. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, have a nice day.